Well, this is our estate range, and yeah, these two wines are Chardonnay and a Pinot Noir, and they come from the estate here, but they're from 3 or 4 different vineyards.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly sort of, you know, absolute premium. They're probably all over about 20 years of age. Whereas these wines here are single vineyard wines, and they're from one specific plot of Chardonnay and one specific plot of Pinot Noir.
When you describe a Chardonnay, for example, as being infused with flavours of nuts and things like that, obviously you don't go and put those things into the wine because it would just send it horrible.
Yeah, look, you know, if I said something tasted like Chardonnay or smelt like Chardonnay, nobody would know what it is. So I've got to try and give them some characters of the wine. So when I sort of talked about, you know, it smells a little bit like cashew or smells a little bit like sort of hazelnut character or the sort of little white flowers or whatever, people know those smells and they kind of and they can relate to them. So there's no infusing or anything like that. But the last thing I want is oaky Chardonnay. I think that's...
Well, if they can pick up that oaky character in Chardonnay, it's too much.
Too much,
Yes. With things like Pinot Noir and Syrah and those sorts of things, we're doing a lot more foot plunging. And, you know, getting back to, you know, traditional winemaking. It costs a lot more to do it that way, but I think, you know, you do get a fantastic result. Like when you're putting your feet into say a fermenter or Pinot Noir, you can feel the differences in temperature in there. So it's very important to be able to, sort of, it's a warm spot, I'll push that, you know, this way or whatever.
It's about being a bit more intuitive, I think, isn't
it? Yeah, so it's really interesting. We're trying to make wine more natural and perhaps a little more textured, and we're not trying to make wine as perfect as we used to. You know, like Australia went through this stage of making everything perfect fruit characters, perfect this, perfect that. It's the imperfections in wine that I think make wine delicious.
It was almost a bit like winemaking by numbers. And really it's about expressing, I think, really what comes from your patch of dirt and not tricking it up.
I've got 2 favourite drinks. Pinot and Chardonnay are for me, you know, the noblest of white and red. You know, they are fantastic. When you try really good Chardonnay, you know, from cool climates of Australia and things like that, it's really fantastic. What I also like about Pinot Noir is that it doesn't need to be really big and full and rich to be amazing. It can be beautiful and aromatic and perfumed and delicate, and everybody goes, woo.